Get started with our supervisor meeting. We are now in our regular session for our Monday, January 13th, 2025 meeting. You should have the agenda, and if I can get a motion to approve that or any discussion.
I'd like to make an addition to it, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I'll make it brief. It's about Brightspeed.
You would like that to go under new business?
New business.
Okay. Is there a second to add Brightspeed to new business?
I'll second that.
Okay. So we have a motion to add discussion of Brightspeed to new business. Mr. Marshall?
Yes.
Mr. Kendrick?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Overby?
Yes.
And I vote yes as well. Any other additions to the agenda? If not, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make the motion to approve as amended.
Okay.
Second.
A second, thank you. Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mr. Kendrick?
Aye.
Mr. Perry?
Aye.
Mr. Overby?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. So we have the minutes from our December 9th, 2024 meeting. Hopefully you've had a chance to look over those. If anyone would like to make a motion to approve those.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mr. Kendrick?
Aye.
Mr. Perry?
Aye.
Mr. Overby?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Moving on to the approval of the bills, claims, and appropriations.
I do have one amendment, if I'd
Okay.
like to make it. In the FY25 budget, we have $7220 allocated for a trailer for the maintenance department. 3 bids were acquired before the budget was passed, and that was included in the budget. They'd like to pick that trailer up in the next week, and the cost was negotiated down $500 by our facilities director. So that would be a check for $6,720 that I'd like to add to the packet
Thank you.
for that trailer.
Thank you, Mr. McGinnis. Thank you. Any other information on bills, claims, and appropriations? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Marshall?
Aye.
Mr. Kendrick?
Aye.
Mr. Perry?
Aye.
Mr. Overby?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. So now that we have that out of the way, I would like to welcome everyone to the Patrick County Board of Supervisors meeting, where our local governing body convenes monthly or bi-monthly to address community matters that are under the purview of the board. We uphold civility as a cornerstone of our proceedings and expect all attendees to conduct themselves accordingly. There's always opportunity for public engagement, including scheduled meetings, comment, and additional public hearings on specific agenda items. We encourage active participation from our residents. In addition to these meetings, your Board of Supervisors representative is readily available for communication by email and/or phone outside of the formal session. Please be advised that outbursts or disruptive behavior will not be tolerated. We aim to maintain a respectful and productive environment for all attendees. Thank you for your cooperation and involvement in shaping the future of our community. So with that, we're going to enter our public comment period. Public comment offers citizens the opportunity to address the board either in person or in writing in matters relevant to the responsibilities of the board to maintain a respectful and constructive environment. Please adhere to the following guidelines addressing the board. Please direct all comments to the board as a whole, refraining from addressing individual board members or employees of the board or county. Respectful conduct, personal attacks, as well as use of insulting, profane, or vulgar language will not be tolerated. Scope of topics. Comments should pertain to the issues within the purview of the board and local government. Topics beyond the board's control or unrelated to local governance are not appropriate for public comment. Question and answer. Public comment is not a question and answer session. Board members will not respond to questions during public comment period without permission from the chair. Enforcement, the chair may rule a speaker out of order for violating these rules. Upon the second violation, the speaker may be removed from the podium. Eligibility, only residents of Patrick County or property owners in Patrick County are eligible to address the board during the public comment period. Time limit, each speaker will be allocated 6 minutes now. At 5 minutes, our clerk will wave at you. At 5 minutes, that means you have 1 minute remaining, okay? So that is a change from earlier. However, if multiple citizens wish to address the board on the same issue, they may appoint a spokesperson to speak for up to 5 minutes, provided they forfeit their individual speaking slots. Chair's authority. The chair has the authority to manage the time allocated for public comment, including limiting the number of speakers, shortening speaking time, or waiving any public comment provisions as deemed necessary. Sign-up procedure. A sheet will be available on the podium for citizens to register to speak. Speakers will be called in the order they sign up, and additional speakers may be accommodated if the time permits. Submission of comments. Speakers may provide copies of their comments to the clerk for inclusion in the meeting minutes. Thank you for your cooperation in maintaining respectful and productive public comment session. With that being said, our first speaker is Malcolm Roach from Smith River District.
How are we, everybody? I'm Malcolm Roach, Smith River District, and I'm also the chairman of the Electoral Committee here in Patrick County. I have visited all our voting precincts. The state issued us mandates for handicapped accessibility requirements. They all passed except one. We have issues at Peters Creek, 1808 Ayers Orchard Road. It's just not safe, and it's a bad environment for our poll workers. I took the liberty to contact 2 churches in that area, Middle Cross Baptist Church and the Wesleyan Church. I talked to them a little before Christmas. They were going to talk to their board and see what they could come up with. I haven't heard back, but I can understand that time of year is busy, and I will reach out to them again this week. I can't do anything, move it, whatever, without your permission. So I'm here letting you know I have started the process. The building at Ayers Orchard Road is dangerous. The ramp going down front does not meet grade for handicapped accessibility. Wheelchairs can't make it down there. We would have to install handicap handrails on the whole entire ramp. The handicap parking facility isn't good. It's slippery, it's slick. Plus, the county bears the brunt of the expense to maintain that building so we can use it for a voting precinct. We cut the grass, we pay for the heat. We actually had to repair the heating system, the plumbing. So it's expensive, and it's in bad shape. So I'm just advising you that I've started the process. I want your blessing. And if you have suggestions of some other place that we could use, please let me know. My phone number is at the registrar's office. Feel free to reach out to me in any way I can help. If you have any questions, let me know. We're good?
Yeah.
Thank you much. You guys, if you have questions on voting, remember me. Don't be afraid to ask.
Next we have Karen DeCap from Smith River District.
Karen DeCap, Smith River. The median family income of Patrick County is $41,130. Out of 134 counties, Patrick County is the 119th poorest county in the state. The comprehension, spending, and concern for the welfare of the citizens seem to be lost. When the county administrator's salary is 3 times the family income, has a $500 allowance for a vehicle and paid travel, yet believes and authorizes the taxpayers of the 119th poorest county in the state should also pay for her lunch, while the food pantry has to appeal for a dime, something is amiss in this county. When 6 figures are paid to a county attorney who becomes flummoxed by the words redacted, while absent a hospital, the board balks on funding the hardworking EMS and rescue squad, something is amiss in this county. When actual, accurate internal texts are exposed by FOIA and the chairman believes the reporting is slanted, something is amiss in this county. And when a board member suggests having a PR liaison to assist with a problem which the board created, along with an unelected county administrator who seeks and is allowed to control communication between the enterprise, the citizens, and other employees, this only underscores how this county is on a runaway track of misguided leadership and unwise spending, while ignoring and discounting the devastation it is causing the county and the citizens. As the term rumor mill, misinformation, and outrage of social postings and reportings are still being spoken by the BOS, suggesting a mediator is the answer to lack of trust and communication only highlights the loss of comprehension and frustration felt by the citizens of Patrick County. Many county board of supervisors hold town hall meetings. Town hall meetings gives a direct forum where citizens are allowed to have concerns and questions clarified, and it provides the Board of Supervisors an opportunity to be transparent. Instead of playing a PR game, town hall meetings would be a direct and concise question and answer discussion between the BOS and the Patrick County citizens. Removed is the go-between's unelected position and businesses being an obstacle and secretly influencing an unwanted direction. It would also show and restore BOS leadership quality and dignity, which is amiss in this wonderful county. Thank you for this time, and God bless Patrick County.
Up next, we have Leanne Seeley from Smith River District.
Good evening. My name is Leanne Seeley. I'm in the Smith River District. I have a great concern with the direction that this county is now going, especially the role of the Berkeley Group and the cost to this county. I've reviewed the agreement originally between Patrick County and the Berkeley Group and understand they were used to find us a candidate for county administrator. Now our county administrator is using the Berkeley Group for a third-party land use review support to Patrick County, principally for the review of solar facility projects. The cost of hourly rates are up to $900 per hour for the Berkeley Group, for, as it's quoted in the contract agreement, at least for the review of solar projects. We'll also pay the Berkeley Group a planning service of $3,600 a month. That's task 1 in the contract. On-site trainings of $120 per hour, which is a task 2 in the agreement. And with all that being considered, I just have a few questions that I hope and expect to be answered at the next meeting. What liability does the Berkeley Group have for any of their recommendations concerning any solar projects or any land use review? Another question, was there a vote taken by the Planning Commission or the Board of Supervisors concerning the Berkeley Group's role now in Patrick County? Did the county administrator on her own initiative execute the contract giving the Berkeley Group permission to provide third-party review support without the approval of the Planning Commission or the Board of Supervisors? What are the total invoices from the Berkeley Group to Patrick County to date? And do we have a toxic waste ordinance or resolution in this county? As a citizen of this county, I don't trust the way our money is being spent or being run. Most of the people of Patrick County live paycheck to paycheck or are living on Social Security. We're a simple county. Have any one of you, including the county administrator, gone to the food bank on distribution day and see the line of people that need food? I have. I'm there every week or every month when food is distributed. This county is not rolling in the dough, but we spend as though we are. That's all I have to say for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Vance A.G. from Blue Ridge District.
Good evening, and thank you for this time. My name is Vance Agee from the Blue Ridge District. Citizens have proposed on multiple occasions the establishment of a toxic chemical control resolution for the county. As our business sectors evolve, clear and concise guidelines must be in place to manage commercial endeavors in Patrick County. The establishment of toxic chemical guidelines must meet or exceed state and federal guidelines. These restrictions should be at the sole discretion of Patrick County citizens and residents and taxpayers. Our goal is to prevent any catastrophic risk and liability that are present in all industrial scale operations. Protecting human health and the environment should be the highest priority goal to any rational thinking administration. I have 11 examples here. You can read these and research them as you want to. These are documented lawsuits. Stuart, Florida man sues Martin County Utilities and 3M over PFAS chemical in water after being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Blood tests found PFAS levels 11,000 times higher than the EPA guidelines. Cannon Air Force Base fined for PFAS chemical spill by New Mexico Environment Department. December 6, 2024, quote, "This, my Chernobyl, a Texas rancher, watches his cows die because of PFAS contamination." Drinking water in Georgetown County, South Carolina, polluted with Forever Chemicals lawsuit alleges against 20 defendants previously called Fiber Industries, including Darling Fibers, 3M, DuPont, de Nemours, and Daikin America. Maryland sues maker of Gore-Tex over pollution from toxic Forever Chemical. Effective January 1st, the state of New York has banned PFAS in any clothing. December 14th, 2024, high PFAS discharge levels common in Shemur site amid new West Virginia environmental lawsuit. Texas attorney sues 3M DuPont for falsely advertising PFAS as safe. Tucson, Arizona, suing Air Force over PFAS Forever Chemicals could have broad implications. The Shemur's company, Fayetteville Works, located 15 miles south of Fayetteville, North Carolina, has been identified as a source of PFAS to the Cape Fear River and in drinking water taken from the river. This is the biggie. 3M, PFAS lawsuits costing billions. Please hear me. Commercial insurance giant AIG doesn't want to pay their customers' premium for default, wants to pay, they want to deny payment, billions, has filed a lawsuit against 3M to avoid paying these thousands of lawsuits related to 3M production and dumping of PFAS chemicals. This last item should terrify any county and private enterprise who thinks a suppliers of commercial insurance policy or bonding company will make payout for the liability and damages. There's no guarantee either. The citizens of Patrick County have determined that any project has significant impact on the environment and human health within this county. Therefore, an environmental impact statement under the National Environment Policy Act of 1969, NEPA, is requested to fully determine the risk and the liability due to any highly toxic chemical compounds that may be considered for this county. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next, we have Ed Poole from Blue Ridge District.
You're not Amy, but that's the name I put on there. My name's Ed Poole from the Blue Ridge District. Oh, and thanks for the extension of time, fellas, although I sure crammed this into the 3 minutes.
My apologies.
I can read a little slower. The foundational principle of a risk management analysis is to determine what is the value of a contract that does not perform. If the contract does not perform for any reason, default, bankruptcy, mismanagement, or an act of God is defined, who experiences the financial loss or liability, including injury? This is the mandate of any risk management analyst. It is imperative that Patrick County establish the terms of a contract for toxic chemicals and to establish the risk to Patrick County for all industrial projects. The Planning Commission must establish a non-negotiable policy for the production of documentation certified by sellers declaring the content of registered Environmental Protection Agency Toxic Substances Control Act chemicals or compounds and other chemicals that the county deems to be threatening to the environmental resources and assets. The county must demand that safety data sheets be provided establishing known toxic hazardous risk for manufacturers, assemblers, and sellers to conclude a risk management analysis. Alternately, certifications of warrant of fitness or warrants of safety executed by corporate signatories may provide in lieu of safety data sheets solely at the county's discretion. As Mr. Agee has stated, via the numerous ongoing litigations that private, county, state, and corporate entities are now involved in serious contentious civil litigations to clean up hazardous materials that have been known for decades but not acted upon by the governing bodies whose sole function should have been the protection of the tax-paying public. For meager payments and taxation receipts in the past, these governmental operations are faced with enormous financial losses that will be paid for by the public, all of which could have been avoided by prudent risk management analysis. Not knowing is bad. Not wanting to know is worse. Financial instruments are available to pull forward the long-term risk mitigating the damage now foisted upon the public. We do it all the time in commercial operations, and the skills exist locally in our communities to accomplish these tasks. Tonight's presenter, Berkeley Group, who has absolutely no financial liability for their work product, should clearly communicate instruments such as confirmed and irrevocable letters of credit, bonding terms backed up by executed letters of intent from bonding underwriting operations, and how to negate the Western District of Virginia Danville Division March 9, 2021 ruling in case number 420 CV 00057 to the advantage of the County of Patrick. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Trina Anderson from Peters Creek District.
Apologize, I only have a copy of it for the clerk and the chairman. I have printer issues. Thank you for the time on it being in study. A bit over a year ago, Patrick County was in need of a new county administrator. Berkeley Group, a consulting firm, was hired to search for candidates. The board hired the Berkeley Group's candidate. Berkeley Group was then hired by their appointed county administrator to assist in writing our comprehensive plan and our solar ordinance. Berkeley Group is financially enmeshed with various solar companies that are invading every area of Virginia. So we hired a pro-solar organization for their consulting experience to write a moratorium against solar facilities infiltrating Patrick County. Patrick County is a member of VACO, the Virginia Associations of Counties. VACO is financially enmeshed with both Berkeley Group and many of the solar companies trying to force their way into rural Virginia. VACO and Berkeley Group are partners. VACO and Energix are partners. But now I think everybody in this room gets it. They understand what I'm saying. Berkeley Group and VACO are not looking out for our best interests. We are their clients. They're using taxpayer money to further their pro-solar agenda throughout Virginia. Berkeley is getting paid through the front door and the back door, while totally avoiding any financial liability if or when these projects go bad. Berkeley Group provides templates for local governments to write their own ordinances. These templates can be found all over the internet. Berkeley Group is not protecting the interests of Patrick County. Berkeley has thoroughly infiltrated Patrick County, and there are no benefits for us, only additional expenses. Patrick County is paying for personnel and consultants that don't benefit us. The county administrator is spending money that we can't afford on services, additional county employees, and creating new positions. Patrick County is presently in a precarious financial position. The spending must stop immediately. We need a county administrator with experience and a proven track record, an administrator who is not engaged with all these bogus consultants. This board and taxpayers are being taken advantage of. Apparently, Berkeley and Energix didn't count on a bunch of uneducated hillbillies in Northern Virginia fighting back. They've underestimated the people of Patrick County. We already have people in Patrick County that have the experience to help solve our own problems. I encourage each of them, many who are in this room tonight, to step forward and help us save our home